You were born around the year 1146 in a small English county called Wiltshire. Your father is a minor noble, but minor is the key word. You are his fourth son, which in this world means almost nothing. Land, titles, and money all go to your oldest brother. You will inherit none of it. Whatever life you get, you will have to build with your own hands. You are only 5 years old when your father drags you into a war that isn't yours. He is fighting against the king. And when the fighting stalls, your father hands you over as a hostage to guarantee he won't attack again. Then your father breaks his word anyway. The king's men come to you. They tell you they're going to load you into a catapult and fire you at your father's castle. You're 5, so you don't understand what a catapult is built to do. You think it's a toy. You laugh and ask to play on it. Word of this reaches your father. His answer is chilling. He says he doesn't care what happens to you, because he still has the hammer and the anvil to forge better sons. The king, watching a small boy laugh in the face of death, cannot bring himself to kill you. He lets you go. You survive. But you learn something at 5 years old that most people never learn at all. Nobody is coming to save you, not even your own father. By the time you're 12, you're sent away to Normandy to live in the household of a powerful relative. This is where boys like you become knights, not princes, not heirs, just workers who happen to fight for a living. You spend years learning to ride, to swing a sword, to take a hit and stay on your horse. You're not naturally gifted. You're just relentless. Other boys quit early when the training gets brutal. You don't. At 20, you're knighted. You still have no land, no money, and no future waiting for you. So you do the only thing available to a young knight with nothing to lose. You go to a tournament. Here's what a tournament actually was in the 1100s. It wasn't a polite duel. It was a full-scale mock war, sometimes with thousands of knights, fought across open countryside with real lances and real swords. Men did die, but if you won, you didn't just get glory. You captured your opponent, and then you literally kept his horse, his armor, and his weapons until his family paid you to get them back. Your first tournament goes badly. You get so beaten up, your own helmet is bent onto your head, and a blacksmith has to pry it off with tools. You don't quit. Your second tournament goes better, then your third. Within a few years, something strange starts happening. You stop losing. Not you win most of the time. You stop losing completely. Over the next 16 years, you fight in tournament after tournament, all across France and England, and by your own count, given on your deathbed decades later, you personally capture 500 knights, 500 defeats handed to other men, 0 handed to you. People start asking how, and the answer isn't magic, and it isn't luck, it's a method, while other knights charge straight into the chaos hoping for glory. You hold your own men back and wait. You let the other knights tire each other out first. Then, once the field is a mess of exhausted men and riderless horses, you ride in and pick off the ones still worth capturing. You're not the strongest man on the field. You're the last man still thinking clearly. This becomes your rule, the one that will define your entire life. Chaos defeats people who react to it. It never defeats the person who waits, watches, and moves only when the moment is actually right. Your reputation grows so large that a king's family notices you. You're brought into royal service, first as a trainer to a young prince, then as a knight in the household of King Henry II himself. And it's here your rule gets tested in a much more dangerous arena than any tournament. Court politics. Kings around you rise and fall. Princes rebel against their own fathers. Men who serve badly or serve the wrong side lose everything, sometimes their heads. You watch brilliant, ambitious men destroy themselves by picking a side too early, or switching sides too late, or simply reacting to every insult and threat thrown at them. You do something different. When Henry's own son rebels against him, and you're literally ordered to fight against the future King of England, you do your job without hesitation or grudge. You even knock that future king off his horse in battle. But you do it cleanly, without cruelty, and without switching your loyalty out of fear. When that same man becomes king years later, he doesn't punish you for it. He respects you for it. He even arranges your marriage to one of the richest women in England, instantly making you one of the wealthiest men in the kingdom. Think about that. The same steady, patient method that made you unbeatable on a tournament field just made you one of the most powerful men in the country, and you still haven't drawn a sword out of ambition, not once. You go on to serve 5 kings in total. 5. kings who imprisoned their own brothers, kings who broke promises to their own barons, kings who executed men for far smaller offenses than the ones you sometimes commit against them, and every single one keeps you close because you never give any of them a reason to fear you. You are the one constant in a world where everything else keeps collapsing. Then at 70 years old, when most men your age are already dead or forgotten, England faces a real invasion. The king is a child. The country is close to falling to a foreign prince. Everyone expects you to sit this one out. Instead, you personally lead the army into battle at Lincoln at 70 years old, and you win. 2 years later, you know you're dying. You call your family to your bedside. You settle your affairs calmly, the same way you approached a battlefield 70 years earlier. No panic, no chaos. You die peacefully in your own bed, surrounded by people who love you, at a time when most nights died young, violent, forgotten deaths. They bury you in a church in London. Your tomb is still there today, and the same men who once called you their enemy on the battlefield come to your funeral to pay their respects. Because in the end, your unstoppable record was never really about strength or luck or even skill with a sword. It came from one rule you learned as a 5-year-old boy laughing at a catapult. Everyone else around you panics, reacts, and moves first. You simply wait for the moment that actually matters, and you make sure that when it comes, you're the only one still standing calm enough to take it.